Halloween Horror Nights is getting ready to start on September 15 at Universal Studios Orlando, and now that everything has been officially unveiled, we here at IOM Geek can tell you all our thoughts on the scare zones, the houses, the shows, the merchandise, and everything else we want to talk about. We will be there opening weekend, and we are going to start our conversation today talking about the scare zones. We're super excited about Festival of the Deadliest because not only is it a scare zone, it's also the theme of the event, as you can see from the merchandise and the promotional materials. And the concept art that Universal Studios Orlando released looks crazy awesome. Super excited about this one. Trick or Treat, based on the popular Halloween movie, is going to be in the Central Park area of Universal Studios and looks amazing based on pictures that I've seen online. Really excited about this one for all that classic Halloween imagery. In addition, it looks like we're going to get some classic alien imagery set in a time decades ago in the San Francisco area of the park in Invasion, where a crash-landed UFO and aliens will roam and do experiments on humans. In addition, The Purge will be returning to the streets of New York at Universal Studios Orlando. I'm not terribly excited about this because it seems like a repeat of what we had a couple of years ago, but I know a lot of people love that Purge scare zone and are looking forward to seeing it return. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to Altars of Horror, which for the first time will feature characters from inside the houses, perhaps even the IP houses, outside in the streets, allowing the visitors to actually take pictures with them, something that you can't do inside of the actual houses. I haven't been the biggest Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure fan for the last couple of years, but it has been funny in the past, and I am looking forward to seeing it this year because it has been announced that this is the last year for Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure, so hopefully they'll pull out all the stops. However, even more exciting for me is the return of Academy of Villains, coming back this year with a brand new show. Really enjoyed them last year. Tons of great music, awesome dancing, special effects, all of that stuff. Really looking forward to seeing the show again. If you missed it last year, or you're wondering if it's something that you should skip this year, do not skip it. It is absolutely incredible, something that you're going to want to watch more than once. Last year, I hadn't seen any episodes of American Horror Story, so I didn't really get the house. This year, now that I've caught up and seen a couple of seasons, including Roanoke, which is included in this year's event, I'm actually kind of excited about this house. I like the Coven, I like the Asylum, and I like the Roanoke themes. Seems like it'll be different enough from last year's to not feel repetitive. And after years of speculation, finally The Shining, based on Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of the Stephen King novel, is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Tons of cool images that could really come across well in a house. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, especially since we don't really see any Jack Nicholson, perhaps a rights issue. But if done right, this could be a spectacular house. One house that could be a lot of fun and funny is Ash vs. Evil Dead, based on the popular show on Starz. Love the Evil Dead movies, love Army of Darkness. Really actually enjoying the TV show as well, and it has different monsters than we saw in the last Evil Dead house. They show the puppet in the commercial. Perhaps we'll get Puppet Ash in the house. I don't know. Pretty cool. Looking forward to this one. It's funny. I don't really like any of the Saw movies, not even the original. But the last time that Universal Studios Orlando featured Saw as a property, I actually enjoyed the house quite a bit. I thought it was a standout that year with a ton of cool images and even interactive elements. So I'm hoping that this year, bringing Saw back will be something that I enjoy. Perhaps one of the houses I'm most excited about is the Horrors of Blumhouse, based on the popular production company that produced films like Sinister, the Insidious series, The Purge, and upcoming Happy Death Day. One cool thing about this house is that we'll also feature scenes from Insidious 4, which is a movie that's not even out until 2018. Super excited about this one. I think it's going to be a really cool house. The Horrors of Blumhouse. And just released via Universal Studios Orlando and USA Today are the original property houses, which include Scarecrow, The Reaping, which is set in an old abandoned farmhouse haunted by scarecrows. Looking really forward to this one. It features tall scarecrows, love scarecrow imagery. I think that one's going to be really scary. We're also going to get The Fallen. The Fallen is going to be a house set in an ornate cathedral and is going to feature winged creatures against mortals, perhaps angels, perhaps gargoyles. Hard to say based on the description so far. Also, Dead Waters will be a voodoo-themed house similar to the voodoo-themed Scare Zone from a couple of years ago, and will also feature the Voodoo Queen. They showed some images from this on USA Today and on the Universal Studios website. This house looks really cool, very elaborate. And finally, we'll have Hive, which is set in the 1980s and will feature Nosferatu-like vampires. Images of the merchandise have been officially released by Universal Studios Orlando, and while most folks are a little bit mixed on their reactions to the merchandise, I like some of it. I like the look of the socks, I like the look of the wallet. It doesn't really scream Horror Nights to me yet, but it is themed to Festival of the Deadliest, which is the theme of this year's event. Originally, the long wait times between announcements, the lack of a clear icon, or anything like that kind of hurt my excitement for this year's event. However, looking at the event as a whole now that everything's been officially released, I'm excited about a lot more than I had originally anticipated. The original property houses, some of the IPs like Blumhouse and Ash vs. Evil Dead and Saw, the scare zones like Trick or Treat, all of those really have me excited for this year's event. I hope it's a good one. What do you guys think? Talk back in the comments below or at iomgeek.com, and keep checking back here on the channel as we will have more Halloween Horror Nights leading up to this year's opening weekend and more throughout the event. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.